Just because you have your 9 to 5 today does not mean that you're gonna have your 9 to 5 tomorrow. I went to sleep with a job. I woke up and didn't have no job. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, what's up, what's good? Subscribe down below. And if you're not new to my channel, then welcome back. It's been a minute. And I feel like every time I come on here, it's been a minute. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, me back, me back, me. That's basically how I feel, y'all. It's officially been a year since I graduated college, which means we're a full-fledged adult out here. Well, that's what is allegedly supposed to mean. We're in the 20s, and you know, I got laid off from my first job post-grad. I worked at a music management agency as a marketing associate, and after 10 months, they said, look, your role has been eliminated. They was reorganizing stuff in the company, and they decided my role was no longer needed. So it really just underscored, like, this 9 to 5 stuff is not to say it's, oh, I'm not gonna work a 9 to 5, but it's not as stable as I have always perceived it to be. The news honestly caught me by surprise. I literally just woke up one day and it was a calendar invite with the CEO on my calendar, and she broke the news to me. I was ready to transition out of that particular role. I was ready to find something else, but I thought that it would have been like on my terms. But God said it's actually on my terms. So I wasn't so much so distraught about the job in particular, but the security that I perceived that it brought. For the first 6 months post-grad, I genuinely thought I was about to it felt like somebody just dropped me on earth, spawned me on earth, and I just had to start over from nothing. I had no job, moved out of my nice little luxury college apartment back home. I was living with my dad for a minute, then I was living with my auntie because my mom lives like an hour away from the city. I moved out and I moved into my own place. I also didn't have a license. No, I got my license like literally a month after I graduated. My driver's license, to be clear. Got my license, but you know, when you get your license, you still don't know how to drive for real. Ended up getting a car though. I did save, got a cash card with, which a lot of y'all have seen on like Instagram, posted on TikTok, stuff like that. But I did save up and got my first car. Her name's Grace. I'm thinking about, dang, you know, I done moved into this apartment. I got bills. I got bills. Mama wanted to be grown. Mama got bills, like bills to pay, rent. Thankfully, you know, I had some money saved up. They did bless me with a severance package, so I was lucky to have that. Y'all, this is your sign. If you plan on your savings account, please stop playing, bro. Lock in for at least a month on your savings, because the concept of a savings don't even hit till you for real need it, and then that's all you got. Like, that changes the trajectory of everything moving forward, what you have in that savings account. And I didn't have a lot in my savings, and because I didn't have a lot, it was like, okay, you know, whatever. But that little bit that I had in my savings is making a huge difference now. So that is one of the lessons I have learned. Like, lock in on your savings. I had it automatically coming out of my check into a high yield savings account, so I didn't even look at it. And that money, it might not have been the most money ever, but that money that was the first thing I thought about when I got laid off. So if you playing with your savings, let this be your sign to stop playing with your savings. Stop playing with your money, bro. Stop playing with your money. I'm not playing. So anyways, I've been applying for jobs. I've had like maybe 4 or 5 interviews so far within the last couple weeks. The job market is what it is right now. All I can do is like try the best I can, tap my network, and y'all, I've been doing just that. So we gonna see what happens. I do want to stay in music and like that whole space, but I'm at a point in my life when you get laid off, I feel like it just changed your like work-life balance. Is something that I have not been finding in the music industry, transparently. And I'm really wondering to myself, does work-life balance exist in the music industry or in the entertainment industry, especially when you first started out? That is something that I am trying to answer. One thing about me, when I work hard, but I still want space to be able to enjoy my life. I am open to different types of roles, different types of industries, as long as I get to use my skill set that I want to use, which is marketing, being able to be creative. I feel like when I graduated college, I was like music or bust, but now I'm like, baby, do the music, won't you? I mean, I wanted into music because it was my passion, and it still is my passion on a personal level. But I was like, oh, I can combine my work with my passion, and I can be happy every day, I can be creative every day, whatever. I can be surrounded by what I love. And it's like, yes, but also like, you're not gonna be creative every day at your 9 to 5, boo. And not in the way that you want to anyway. Like, it's still a job, you're still working for somebody at the end of the day. There's still guidelines, parameters, especially working with artists, baby. They have their own personalities, quirks. Like, imagine you working a product and the product can say and talk back and say whatever they want. You know, there's that. Like, there's the human aspect of working with artists, and I was like, oh, I can be creative doing a lot of my personal endeavors, creating content, graphic design, singing. I could be creative doing that, and I could just let work be work. And I need work that's gonna have my nervous system regulated. I would love for it to still be in music. I would love for it to still be in the creative industry. I don't want to give up on it, but it's just like, you're making it hard for me. Just because you have your 9 to 5 today does not mean that you're gonna have your 9 to 5 tomorrow. I went to sleep with a job, I woke up and didn't have no job. I won't say the 20's been whooping my tail. It's just been swinging, and I've been like, I've just been doing my usual routine, my fitness. I have not shared on YouTube at all. Like, I literally lost like 20 pounds. Girl, that's the whole thing in itself. And then like my spirituality and talking more about my relationship with God and how that has evolved. It's always been there, but it has definitely evolved so much in this last year. But especially this season, y'all. Like, this season, the previous season I was in, thank you, Jesus, okay? I'm trying to get back to my bread and butter. And like I said, every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. It don't matter how far I go, there's always reminders of this content. And I know at this point, it's like, dang girl, how many times you gonna keep trying to reboot it? How many times you gonna keep trying? Like, and it's like, I have thoughts like that, and that be make me want to just not try. No, like, this my stuff. I can come back when I want, I can leave when I want. Hopefully not, but like, I can come back when I want. It's like telling a child you can't come home because you went out to play. Like, no, you could come home, you could always come back home. It's just like realizing, like, babe, you could keep trying as much as you want. Like, this is your world, and it's gonna stick. It's gonna have to stick, and I'm gonna keep trying until it sticks. And it's crazy because so much has honestly changed. Short form content has become like the main type of content, which is a whole type of content that I was not familiar with. Now, I did get my feet wet this year with my short form. If you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, my TikTok is small, but I still be posting on there. I've been living alone for about 7 months now, I want to say. Yeah, about 7 months. Coming into silence. Everything is where I left it. Every woman should experience living alone at least once. I heard that a lot before living alone. Can't wait to share more of that with y'all. Such a privilege, such a luxury. So when I got that layoff news, my mind is like, now, like, I don't want to have to move back in with my family. Like, I don't want to have to leave this space. Like, I don't want to. So like, my mind immediately went into just like panic, anxiety mode, and for a while that had me buried. I'm like, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose this season. I don't want to lose these liberties that I've been able to, you know, give myself. So that was a lot, but I eventually realized, you know, God didn't bring you this far just to leave you. If anything, this is going to take you to the next level and elevate you. So I'm just trying to have faith right now with that, and just know, like, this is just a season. I do have generalized anxiety. I started medication actually probably about 2 weeks ago. I started Zoloft. I've had generalized anxiety for like the past 3 years, but I only treated it under like therapeutic care, so talk therapy. So I did have driving anxiety. I still do have driving anxiety, very much linked to my actual anxiety. It made driving very difficult. It made driving confidently very difficult. When I first got my car, I would drive to work, and throughout work I would just be like, oh my God, I have to drive home. And that would actually stress me out. Like, I did not want to drive home. And then like, I'll be thinking about the next day, like, oh my God, I have to drive to work again. But I've definitely come a long way, y'all, and I feel like that's a part of the reason why it took me so long to drive in the first place, because like I said, I didn't get my license until after graduation. Relationships, all I'm gonna say is I am single. That's all I'm gonna say about my relationship, my love life. And then beyond that, I went on my first solo trip to Mexico City, y'all, for my birthday, for my 23rd birthday. My birthday is on Cinco de Mayo. I've always wanted to be in Mexico on my birthday, even though they don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo there. I finally got the opportunity to freaking go, and it was the best experience. Oh my gosh. Y'all, please look on my Instagram if you want to see more about it. I have a vlog and a vault, but y'all, them vlogs be taking so long to edit. Like, that was my first time out of the country as an adult. Once you solo travel, you realize, like, I can do anything. And the higher you take it, the higher risk you take it, the more unstoppable you become. Like, I have went by myself outside the country. Baby, nothing can faze me. But at the same time, like, you do need people. And I feel like it has shown me, like, oh, when I want to be by myself and when I want to be around people. That solo trip, sometimes I'll be wanting to talk to somebody, but then I will make friends. But it still shows you, like, just because you going somewhere solo, you doing somewhere solo, we still crave human connection at the end of the day. I would still be trying to connect with people there. Just because you solo dolo don't mean you don't need nobody. And that leads me into what's next. I do have goals for this season of unemployment that I set for myself. I want to learn Spanish, or start learning Spanish. I've already started, but like continue my at-home Spanish learning, because I do want to enroll in an adult Spanish class in the fall. So I wanted to do it this summer, but just like with the financial piece, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just learn at home for right now, and then I can start in the fall time. I used to do a lot of graphic design, and I still do, but I want to get very legit with it and more professional. I want to master Adobe Illustrator, and I know that won't just happen in this season, but I do want to like get into it more, build a portfolio, start designing, and just be able to really hone in on that skill. I want to be a designer and just have that be something that I do. It don't always have to be on the forefront, but just have that always be something that I can do and have in my back pocket. And then also content. So I want to post long form content, so YouTube. I want to post a video once a week, and I want to post short form content, so TikToks, Reels, whatever, 3 times a week. So that's my goal with that. Long form, so YouTube videos, and short form content each week. So that's really like what's next for me, and I want to take y'all on this journey of like not only this transitional season, but of course after I do get through this transition, just to continue to document my life, record, because I'm like, y'all, people tell me all the time that don't even know I make content, like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And I'm like, I used to be doing this crazy, but I just be stopping. Let me do the content, because the content is the most consistent thing. Even though I ain't been consistent with it, it's the most consistent thing in my life. It's time to rearrange, and God has literally put me in a position where I can, like, I do have the time to reboot things. I do have the mental bandwidth, you know, I do have the resources, I have my space. Girl, my job even let me keep my work laptop. Brand new MacBook, which was something that I was saving for in order to get back into things. So if that's not a sign from God himself, then I don't know what is. All I can say is I'm gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna keep going. I do just want to document my life and show y'all what I'm doing. And you know, the 20s are weird. I don't even know. I feel like this whole like video, I just been rambling and going on and on and on. I just did not think that my life would look like this after graduation, like after all this time. A lot of good has happened, and a lot of things where I'm just like, this could be better, I want to change this. But you can change it anytime. You can change your reality at any time. You can change your mind at any time. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. If you still here after all this time, you're really a real one, because I'm just like, I don't even know. I cannot wait to bring in new audience as well, and new people who have never even seen my face before. I love you guys so much, and peace.